Hey guys, Retro Reviews here again with another Transformers video review, and this time I'll be taking a look at the third of the Team Bullet Train. We've got Midnight Express here from Robots in Disguise. Midnight Express is a E4 series max bullet train. Definitely a unique looking bullet train. And as you can see, pretty big one too. Just like the other two, there's been a couple of releases of this one. The one I have has the one with the windows painted. This time they're painted in a flat gray color, as opposed to the other two having a metallic light blue for the windows. But there's also the other Hasbro release was the windows were left completely unpainted, as well as the Takara release where all of the pieces that contain windows was cast in translucent blue plastic, or actually in Midnight Express's case I think it was translucent yellow plastic, and then all of the other details, so the train pieces and everything was completely painted over. But just like the other ones, he does roll. And now that we've gotten all three of them looked at individually, we can bring them out for a bit of a comparison here in train mode. Now, definitely out of the three trains, Midnight Express is the longest. And, as I mentioned before, all three of them do have these link-up ports here. So on each one of them there is this port on the back, as well as a peg hole towards the front of the train. So we can go ahead, kind of plug each one of them together. Trying to get this all into my review station here. And then of course Rapid Run's not cooperating because that joint is buckling under the weight, but trying to back out a little bit so we can see it better. So yeah, we can get a really long train going. And then also continuing with the size comparisons here, we'll bring out Sideburn again. So you see, yeah, Midnight Express is about 2 Sideburn lengths long. And then bring Ironhide out in here. And then Prowl. So we get a pretty decent comparison of how they stack up with each other. Get these guys out of the way for now. Now, Transform Midnight Express, he definitely does have a little bit more of a unique transformation than the other two. So we're going to go ahead and start by removing this piece, which will include the missile here. And then also open up this panel here and remove this piece. And we'll take care of those here in a bit. And then go ahead and lift this panel up as well. And then extend out the legs here. And pull down the waist. Swing the legs back this way. And then down. And then the feet, we're going to pull this front one out, rotate it around, fold it up, and then take the wheel section here, fold that down, rotate it around, like that. And then on this one here, I believe it's the same. Well, it's a little bit different, but we're going to take the wheel section, fold that down, then rotate it around, and then fold the foot up like so. Bring us up here, and then fold down this panel, and then fold up these panels a little bit just to get the arms out of the way, and then put them down. And get on this one, and then this part gets a little bit tricky, so we're going to take this panel here, fold that all the way around, and then now there's a ball joint and a hinge here, so for his head. So we're gonna fold it up and then try to get enough leverage on the hinge to rotate it on the hinge without popping the ball joint out of its socket. And there we have Midnight Express in his robot mode. Kind of a clunky design, and definitely some really long legs going on here. Kind of pull back on the camera a little bit, try to get him all in frame, but yeah, he does have some really long legs. In fact, I do have to move the camera up just a little bit more so I can zoom in and get a decent look of his head sculpt. There we go. Just like I said before, still keeps with the bullet train motif going on. He does have a little bit more, or again, a gray kind of windscreen going on there. Just like Railspike, he does have the bright pink eyes. Then any other details to mention that are now present here in robot mode that weren't in vehicle mode, we do have his arms here, cast in 3 different colors of plastic. As well as all of this painted detail on his legs. I think I'm going to note, there is not an ounce of blue plastic on this figure at all, from what I can tell. Okay, I stand corrected. There is a little... Is that blue plastic? Or is that paint? It is very hard to tell. Oh no, it is not. Okay, so there is blue plastic. His head is the only blue plastic. Everything else is paint that you see on him that's blue. Because these entire arms, if you could see on mine, all the edges are starting to, the paint's starting to chip off, and yeah, that's white plastic painted blue. Unless I'm mistaken. But no, I believe the only blue plastic is on his head. So that's a lot of paint going on this figure. A lot more than what we're used to today. Now, posability wise, he is about the same as Rapid Run. We do have a ball jointed neck. Completely unrestricted this time, allows for quite a range of posability, as well as can look into his chest. And then also just due to the way that, yep, that's exactly what I was looking at happening during the transformation, is that ball joint is pretty easy to come off. It's not the fact that the ball joint is loose, it's the hinge in the head is really tight. So it's tighter than the ball joint's friction. So trying to get that hinge to go without disengaging the ball joint is very complicated. But Yeah, so full 360-degree movement in the neck for that ball joint. Shoulders are on ball joints as well. Full range out of them. Due to the transformation, no waist articulation, but the hips are fully articulated. We do have ratchet joints that go all the way forward and all the way back, as well as all the way out here. And knees, you get a 90-degree bend. There's also a little bit of a swivel above the knee for some rotation here, which is actually really good for stabilizing the figure. And then nothing in the feet, all the way down there. Now for his weapon here, again, it's one of the, it's just like the other, it's just like Rapid Run's weapon a lot, actually, because it comes in multiple parts. Go ahead and clip these together here. I usually like to fold down the, I don't remember if this is actually in the instructions or not, but I like to fold this piece down to kind of work as a sight, and then also rotate the handle out. And then take the missile and plug it in there. And the missile does fire off pretty well. And that can just fit in his hand like so. Now for size comparison here, bringing Sideburn back in. There you can see he's definitely taller than the other ones. And going to go ahead and take a look at him next to Prowl here. Again, about the same. Prowl's about the same size as Sideburn. Go ahead and take in Siege Optimus here. This time, Midnight Express is about a head taller than Siege Optimus, where the other two were about the same head height as him. So there we have Midnight Express. Overall, just like the others, pretty decent figure on his own. Not a lot to write home about on his own, but he does have pretty decent range of articulation, especially for his time, and really the only way I could ever actually recommend him is if you were either planning on if you were getting all three of them at once, or if you already had a couple of them and you're just needing him to complete all three of the train, the Team Bullet train. So that being said, pretty good figure, and that's about it. That's all I have for him, and this has been Ratchet Reviews, and I hope you guys like this video review, and I will see you next time.